Hi, I'm Anthony from bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com. In this video we'll look at the secret Stevie Ray Vaughan scale that he used a lot to play over blues chords. And we're talking about the dominant 7th chord that is so prevalent in blues. We use it all of the time. You probably know this chord from playing chords and riffs in the blues, but if you don't know, it's just an A major chord here in this example without the pinky finger. And this chord is used a lot in blues guitar playing. The way Stevie Ray Vaughan handled that chord a lot was by playing his secret 7/9 scale over it. And we'll look at this scale here step by step in this video and how to play over these chords with while using the scale. And as you can see in the image here on the video, you can see that we're playing the chord tones of the arpeggio, of the A7 arpeggio, with one added tone, which is the flat 9th. So Stevie Ray Vaughan used this a lot here to play over these blues chords, and I'm gonna play a little bit to get you acquainted with the sound of this. So here we're playing mostly on the highest strings of the guitar. The whole scale can of course be played also on the thicker strings, but let's first look at what is found here. Instead of playing an A note and a C note as we are playing normally, as in with the minor pentatonic scale, we're playing here the A note and the B flat note. So this is the flat 9th, that's why the scale is called the 7th flat 9th, because we're basically playing this arpeggio. We're playing a 7th flat 9th arpeggio, which means that we're playing a 7th chord note by note with an added note. And this added note is the flat 9th. And as you might know, if we're playing a 7th chord, we're playing 4 notes. This is a 4-note chord, and now we're adding this flat 9th, so we're having in total 5 notes. So this is a pentatonic scale we're playing, and a lot of people are confused with this because they think, well, pentatonic, shouldn't we be playing this shape or anything like this? But pentatonic scale, the structure of a pentatonic scale isn't about shapes. The shapes are only what you need to learn to get this memorized and under your fingers, but the basic structure theory-wise of a pentatonic scale is just a scale that uses 5 notes. And there are plenty of pentatonic scales, and not a lot of people know this, but there are suspended pentatonic scales, dominant pentatonic scales, and now this pentatonic 7 flat 9 scale that we can use. And here Stevie Ray Vaughan uses this scale to just add some extra color here of this flat 9 chord over these blues chords. And you can see that I'm adding in some extra notes. We will talk about this in a moment, but first let's look again at the scale and the image that you see in the video. You can see if you're starting out on the low strings, we're having the root note, then we're playing the flat 9th, and then we're playing the 3rd, the 5th, and then the 7th. So if you don't know what this means, and this all sounds really awkward, you don't know what the 7th or 5th or 3rd means, check out the video here on the channel about intervals to get up to speed about this knowledge. But basically we're playing 5 tones, and these are the tones, and then they are being repeated here higher on the higher strings. Before returning back again. So basically pentatonic scale, and this is really cool to start experimenting with in your own playing. You can use it over backing tracks or create your own if you have a loop pedal or anything. can see in all of those examples here, I'm playing over the chords of a standard 12-bar blues progression, and the licks from the pentatonic 7 flat 9 chord fit perfectly with the chords we're playing on. So you can experiment with playing the chord, the A7 chord first, and then experiment with the notes of the 7 flat 9 scale. And as you can see, I added some extra notes. You can use notes from the minor pentatonic scale as well as added in notes. You can use notes from the blue scale, so this blue note can be added as well. And then here, higher on the neck, when I went to the D7 chord, I also went to this D7 flat 9 pentatonic scale. And now we're playing this D7 flat 9 pentatonic scale here, higher up on the neck. So you shift all the fingerings down to this position. And here again we can use extra notes as long as we don't really land on it, just as passing tones. For example, this note from the D minor pentatonic scale, but don't land on it, you just use it as a passing tone. You can, for instance, hammer on to this note from then the chord which is also found in the scale we're playing now, the 7 flat 9 scale. And again, if we're shifting back to the E7 chord, we can use also these notes from the 7 flat 9, the Stevie Ray Vaughan scale. So I hope you like this one. Leave a comment if you want, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can all see the newest videos in your YouTube home feed. Also check out the website at bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com. You can download the free guide on how to play more advanced blues guitar solos there.